Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Therese Lattouf Mbaye. I am originally from Senegal in West Africa, born and raised. English my third language, and I am happy to be here. I am a digital creator. I am a fitness enthusiast. I am a designer, entrepreneur. I'm also a motivational speaker. My topics mostly is to empower women, and it varies from inner strength to empowering rape survivors, and also to talk about diversity and inclusivity, especially when it comes to colorism and skin tone. Growing up in Senegal, especially Kaolack, as a member of the Fulani tribe, which I will translate directly to the Tukulur ethnic group, I was the darkest skin on the block. I was also the darkest skin girl. And my family, with 4 siblings. My childhood, I had so many nicknames. And one of them that marked me the most is Noiro. Well, if you're not aware of it, Noiro is a French word, and Senegal was colonized by the French. Therefore, the official language is French. And Noiro means, it's a derogative word, by the way, and it means swarthy or very, very, very dark skin. So what I would hear every day, at least hundreds of times, is Noiro, fille de la nuit, l'ami des étoiles. Noiro, fille de la nuit, l'ami des étoiles. Sounds like a poem, but now I take it as a poem, which literally translates swarthy or very, very dark skinned girl, daughter of the night, friend of the stars. See, it's very poetic. The word or many of the nicknames I was called because I was too dark never bothered me. I would hear it. I would sometimes get angry or get mad or smile, but it did not bother me. Because there's one thing I grew up seeing in the between Africans is we like to tease each other. So what we call bullying here might be called teasing there. And if you dare to hate a word or a nickname, that's actually when it will stick the most for the rest of your life, and there is nothing you can do. So the word Noiro did not really bother me deeply until I started getting mostly comments about you should bleach your skin, you're too dark, you should bleach your skin, you never have a husband. Of course, most men I grew up with always wanted a light skin girl. It's a little more different generation than now. Things have been changing, and I am so proud of everybody who's taken part into the initiative and helping the young girls, dark-skinned girls, that they are beautiful no matter what they look like, and the women look beautiful no matter what they look like, especially when they are with their natural born skin. Let me tell you a story. So hearing the fact that I needed to bleach never got into me until I saw the pressure of all the young women, especially my friends, getting married at a young age. Yeah, 16, 17, 18 was always a good age to start. Everybody start looking at you. You're a woman now, so next is what? Even though I was in school and I never thought of marriage, the pressure started getting to me. So at 16, I allowed my mother, sorry mom, we talk about this all the time. I allowed her to get into my head and accepted to try bleaching my skin. She bought me a 13-ounce bottle skin lightening product. Since I was already given into the idea that I was going to do this, I started using the lotion after I showered twice a day. 1 week passed by, not much change. I just know it smelled really chemically. So lots of chemicals. In fact, it smells a little bit like a mix of onions and chemicals. Yes, you can just imagine. At least according to me. My senses are amazing sometimes, especially when it comes to the nose. And 2 weeks passed by, and I still started to see and feel some changes in my body. Let me tell you, my cheeks were brightly orange. My knuckles, these parts were very dark. In between my knuckles were lighter. So if you've done bleaching or you've seen it, you will know that these parts are the hardest to lighten. The knees, the elbows, on every part that looks really a good concentration of skin. I looked at myself in the mirror. First day, did not like it. Second day, did not like it. I told my mom, I cannot do this. I hated it. I hated looking at myself in the mirror. I remember thinking, this is not for me. But people want me to do this. Like any human being, it's easy to let the people get into your head. And it's easy to just try to use a lotion that will change your life and make you beautiful if you did not feel beautiful. I told my mom and she agreed, and since then I never tried to use skin bleaching again. There's a majority of African women who bleach their skin, and this is all, as we all know, due to the side effects of colonialism. If you remember the paper bag test, which is a brown paper bag that I will take, put it next to the skin of the female slaves, and if they were brighter or almost in the same shade as a paper bag, they belonged in the master's homes. If they were darker, they belonged in the field. You've probably heard the same thing about the pencil test, where they rub it on your head, and if it sticks, especially depending on you have a coarse, really dry hair, or very soft, curly. The skin bleaching, most of them contain mercury, hydroquinone, which is the word that marked me the most. I used to hate science, and about hydroquinone, I know is an amazing word that I will never forget. Some caustic agents like sodium hydroxide as well, and that could lead to cancer. So since arriving in the US, I'm gonna wrap it up quick, I daily received compliments about my skin tone. And this boosted more my confidence. Even more it grew and I self-accepting. And I realized it was just a word. It was not tatted in my skin. And I also realized accepting myself was the purest of self-love I can practice on myself and do to my soul. I'm not sure if that resonates with you, but I translated something directly from Wolof to English. Again, English my third language. My kids, especially my daughter when she was younger, she just woke up one day from a nap out of nowhere. She just looked at me. She was like, "Huh, you're so dark." In her face, and I paused and I looked at her. I'm like, "You're right. I am so dark." And it led me straight back to the name I was called, Noiro. You're so dark. Fille de la nuit, l'ami des étoiles. You're so dark. You're really the friend of the stars and daughter of the night. No one can see you. If you smile, all we see is your teeth and your eyes, maybe. And I realized that self-acceptance is very important. And I had to come to my daughter and say, yes, I'm very dark. I was born like this, and I love my skin like this. And I will accept my skin like this for the rest of my life. And those words she said as a young, innocent child, we all know the kids say it as it is, just sparked some of me, some kind of acceptance and self-love that I did not know existed in me. And since accepting this word, even though it's not tatted on my skin, I have felt a level of release in my own self-love journey. You see, accepting yourself will allow you to see yourself as a whole. And it will allow you to reject any kind of comments, validation from others, and criticism. Because you'll be so full of yourself and you know who you are. And you love the way you are and you know there's no changing it. And being authentic to yourself and accepting every inch from your hair to your toe will but empower you as a person. So I encourage you, if you're a young person, maybe going through some phases where you're called a name, think about them, accept certain them, and ignore everybody else. Because if I'm dark and I accepted the fact that I'm dark, but because I, for example, grew up in an environment where light skin is considered more beautiful, especially when it comes to women, I realized I was not the problem. The mindset they had that was implemented years and decades ago was a problem. And if I had followed that, I would still be leaving my mindset, not accepting myself and not loving myself. I'll be just following what everybody else think, believe that is beauty. Accept yourself the way you are, the way you were born. That is the utmost self-love you can provide to yourself. Thank you. My name is Therese, again, and if you are interested in booking me, I have other topics I talk about based on my life experiences. You can email me at info@theresespeaks.com. info@theresespeaks.com. So my name is Therese, Therese. info@theresespeaks.com. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.